Pulse School on RealAgriculture.com is brought to you by BASF.
Welcome to Real Agriculture's Pulse School series. I'm Kara Oosterhuis. In this episode, I talked to Nevin Rosausen, who is the Policy and Program Specialist with Alberta Pulse Growers. Nevin and I talk about maximum residue limits, or more commonly known as MRLs, and what exactly you need to know about them headed into the harvest season.
Is that if you're not below 30% seed moisture content when using glyphosate or using heat or other desiccants like saflufenisol or even diquat like Reglone, you need to make sure that if you're not below 30%, you're going to have seeds that will not be formed. They're going to be malshapen, shriveled, lower weights, or in fact will be blown out of the combine, and you do lose yield as well. The other important reason is because we need to make sure that we don't have any residues in the crop and that it's ready for export.
So how can a grower tell if the moisture is below 30%?
So when looking at lentils, we often look at the color of the plants. And here in this lentil field, you can see that the plants are already turning yellow to brown. So 80% of the plants are yellow to a golden brown. When you're looking at peas, it's about 80% of the pods have changed color from yellow to golden brown. And with chickpeas, the crop, the chickpea will actually come detached from the pod and they'll rattle and you'll be able to hear it. And same thing with lentils. The bottom of the plants will detach first and rattle. So it's really important to make sure that you have the correct staging. We also have staging guides online that are available for producers that use color charts that can help assess whether a field is ready to take action.
So can you explain a bit more why it is so important to ensure if you're going in to spray something like glyphosate before harvest that it is below that 30% moisture?
Right, and it's not just glyphosate, but it's all other crops. We need to make sure that first the crops are at the appropriate stages, and that is to make sure that we don't have maximum residue limits. And again, you also need to make sure that your pre-harvest interval or days from either spraying to combining, that you adhere to those as well. So make sure that you're double checking. Some of the desiccants are 3 or 4 days, glyphosate is 7 days, so it's important to make sure that you know. You also have to be careful with late season applications of fungicides to make sure that you're adhering again to that pre-harvest interval.
And how do these intervals differ from crop to crop, such as chickpeas, peas, or lentils?
Again, every crop can be different, but usually for the products themselves, the pre-harvest interval will be the same for most crops. Again, the best thing to do is to consult your Blue Book or your appropriate provincial guide to crop protection. Check out the pre-harvest interval, consult the label, and if in doubt, make a call to one of the registrants when using their products.
Can you touch a bit on why MRLs matter?
Absolutely. MRLs are so important to maintain market access. Again, these are trade and market access maximum residue limits that are set. They're very low in the parts per million, parts per billion even. So we need to make sure that we're keeping our fields clean and that we're not spoiling the bunch, so to speak.
What are some of the other implications of MRLs?
Well, the thing is with implications of MRLs, they're ever changing. So some companies don't necessarily adhere to codex. Some countries rather don't adhere to codex. Some have established their own MRLs. Some don't have any established as well. And they're ever changing. So the most important thing as a producer before deciding on a crop protection product, a desiccant or a pre-harvest weed control, is to get onto the Keep It Clean website to look up their crop type, and up there you'll have all of the updated producer grower advisories, so to speak, with all of the different registered products, their pre-harvest intervals, as well as any of those key markets where there might be concerns.
Okay, anything else you'd like to add?
Just to all the producers out there, if you ever have any questions about the correct staging of your crop, talk with your neighbors, other growers in the area, and don't be afraid or hesitate to pick up the phone and give us a call.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kara.